Hello K-freaks! Today I'll show you 5 easy ideas on how to customize your own notebooks, how to give them that K-pop feel. So if you wanna know how I made them, just stay tuned. Remember that you can do any of these ideas with your favorite group or another logo as you want. For the first design, we're gonna need a notebook. This one has to have a plain cover, like one solid color. In my case, I had to flip the cover. We're gonna need also a piece of foam or thick carton, a template, paint, a brush, a bottle cap or anything where we can hold our stamp, and that's it. I started opening my spiral so I can flip my cover. If you have a plain notebook, you don't have to do this step, just skip it. Now, we will take our piece of foam and the template to transfer the logo. We can do it in two different ways. We can do it using carbon paper, or we can take the template and paint the back with a pencil. Then, when we will put it back on top of the foam and trace, we will have the logo transferred to the piece. Please take all the time necessary to trace it, and also cut it very carefully, because as I did it in a hurry, my stamp wasn't very similar to the original logo. Once you have it, you just have to glue it to the bottle cap. For the title song, I just used carbon paper and fill it with a permanent marker. If you don't have carbon paper, you can just do it in the way before, just painting the back of the template with a pencil and then using that to transfer. Now, using paint or ink, you will just paint your stamp and then stamp it on your cover. Finally, you can add details with permanent markers, rhinestones, glitter, whatever you want. And that's it. Now I'll just arrange my notebook, and here we have it. For our second design, we will need a notebook. This one has to be a spiral notebook, as we have to take the front and the back cover. Pictures of our choice. In my case, I printed them in sticky paper, but if you have only normal paper, you can use glue to glue them to the cover. An X-Acto knife, and that's it. We will start taking out our front and back cover. I recommend you to use scissors to open this kind of spirals because it's easier. Once we have them out, we will decide which part of our pictures we are using, and then proceed to glue or stick our pictures. Please do it very carefully, because if not, you will end up with one member less, as I did. I'm sorry, Saranghae. Now, We will fold the edges as clean as we can. Now, with the help of the X-Acto, we will uncover the holes of the spiral, as you can see right now. We have to do it in the back and in the front. For the front, just press firmly to see where the holes are. And then, put the tip of the X-Acto and turn it to get rid of all the excess. This is how my front and back cover look like. I really love them. For the back, you can just glue a piece of cardboard or something, or just put washi tape on the edges to make it more clean. Once we have done this, we just have to put the covers back on the notebook and we're done. I really love this idea. I think it looks very professional. I just love it. Moving into the next idea, we will need a plain notebook, a template, it has to be a big one, permanent marker of our choice, and carbon paper. Let's get started. First of all, we will put our template on top of the notebook to make sure where we want it to be. Then we will put carbon paper underneath and trace it carefully. Make sure to tape it so it will not move when you are tracing. If you don't have carbon paper, you can just trace it pressing a lot so it will transfer to the cover. Take your time to make it as perfect as possible. Et voila! Here we have it. Now we will just fill it with our marker, taking all the time necessary to make it as perfect and as beautiful as possible. I really love this idea. I think it looks very beautiful, even if it's very easy and very simple. Moving to our next idea, we will need a notebook, mini pompons, glue, a cardboard if we don't like our notebook, double-sided tape, and that's it. In my case, I hated how my notebook looks on top, so I had to glue a cardboard on top. But you don't have to if you like your notebook originally. So just skip this step if your notebook is already beautiful. I'm just making sure that it's very well glued and also folding the edges to have the cleanest finish as possible. Now we are doing the same as the BTS logo, just placing the logo in the center or where we want it to be, and then tracing it carefully. Oh, remember to tape it, always. Now, with the help of something pointed, we will start putting the glue and gluing our mini pompons. I recommend you to do it with sections and to start outlining and then filling. I didn't realize that my camera stopped recording, so I only have a few shots of this. But you can see how it's going and what's the idea. And now moving to our last design. We will need a notebook, a template of the logo. It has to be big enough to fit in our notebook. Needle and thread. Both have to be a little bit thicker than the usual ones. Again, this step is optional, but as I wanted a clean background for my stitching, I opened up the spiral and flipped the cover. Next, we will place our template and tape it in the place that we want. And then, with the needle, we will start poking holes in the edges. Please, be very careful with this step because if not, you can hurt yourself. We will also poke holes in the middle of the sections, as you can see here. Keep the template close to you so you will use it as a reference. As I wanted the outline of the logo to be thicker, I'm doubling the thread, just in the outline. Make a knot and we will start from the back. First hole to the second hole. Then we will go to the third hole and then go back to the second hole. Again to the fourth hole and then go back to the third hole. And like this until we have all the outline. If you are running out from the thread, don't worry, just make a knot on the back and then start again. Once we have it, we will have something like this. For the filling, I will not double the thread as I want it to be thinner. Now, without any pattern, we will just fill the logo as we want, going from hole to hole. To spice it up a little bit, I decided to add the title song. I do nice. Again, I used carbon paper and the same technique. And we are done! I recommend you to put a piece of cardboard or something in the back. I really love this one. So this was everything for the video of this week. I'll see you the next week. Please, if you liked the video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, to subscribe, and also to share it with people that will like it also. Tell us on the comments down below which idea was your favorite and what you would like to see on the next videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next week. 안녕!